You think power is born in sunlight. No, real power is forged in the dark. Every hero you admire, every legend you worship was broken first. Not once, not twice, but again and again, until the world stopped expecting anything from them. That's when they rose. Not because destiny chose them, not because someone believed in them, but because they refused to let the darkness swallow who they could become. Look at the world around you: chaos, doubt, failure, good. Let it come, because shadows don't weaken you. They sharpen you. They strip away the excuses, the comfort, the lies, and leave only the truth. You are not done. You may be bruised. You may be tired. You may feel like the villain in your own story. But listen carefully. Even villains rise. Even monsters evolve. Even the fallen can rewrite their fate. So stand up, clench your teeth, feel that fire in your chest, the one the world tried to extinguish, and tell the darkness, I'm still here. Because the strongest heroes aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who walk out of the darkness. Slowly, quietly, but unstoppable. Some people fear the dark. You were born in it. Every battle you survived wasn't a punishment. It was preparation. Life wasn't trying to break you. It was shaping you into something this world isn't ready for. You've been betrayed. You've been ignored. You've been pushed aside like you don't matter. Good. Because every moment they doubted you, your power grew. Strength isn't built in victory. It's carved out of scars, loss, and silence. The kind of silence where you realize no one is coming to save you, and that's exactly why you rise. You don't need a cape. You don't need applause. You don't need their approval. All you need is that quiet, burning rage inside you, the one that whispers, keep going. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you're finished. Let them believe you've fallen too far. Because when you return, and you will return, you won't come back as the person they broke. You'll come back as the force they can't stop. They think darkness makes you weak, but you learn to breathe in it. The world tried to bury you under expectations, failures, and fear. But each time you hit the ground, something inside you refused to stay down. You became colder, sharper, hungrier. Not because you chose the hard path, but because the hard path chose you. When people walked away, you didn't break, you adapted. When life closed doors, you didn't beg, you built your own. You're not the same anymore. You're not soft. You're not scared. You're not waiting for miracles. You are becoming the storm they never saw coming. So let the darkness close in. Let the noise fade. Let the world doubt you one last time. Because when you rise from this, you won't rise to impress anyone. You'll rise to remind them you were unstoppable long before they noticed. Every hero has a moment where the world turns its back. That moment is where you're standing right now. They don't see your struggle. They don't hear your silent wars. They don't notice the fire you hold back every single day. But they will, because darkness didn't weaken you. It trained you. Pain didn't break you. It armed you. Every scar is a lesson, and every loss is a weapon waiting to be used. You don't need light to move forward. You don't need support to stand tall. You've survived enough shadows to create your own path. And when the time comes, when you finally unleash everything you've held inside, the world won't ask who you are. It will ask, where was this power hiding all this time? Answer them with your rise. Answer them with your strength. Answer them by becoming exactly what they fear. The unbreakable force born from the dark. Darkness is not your enemy. It's the place where your real story began. People look at you today and think they understand your journey. They don't. They've seen your face, not your battles, your silence, not your storms, your wounds, not your wars. You didn't grow in comfort. You grew in shadows where hope felt like a stranger and pain felt like a daily visitor. Everyone thinks heroes are created in shining labs and bright skies, but the strongest ones, the ones the world can't control, are created in loneliness, betrayal, and fire. You know why darkness never scares you? Because you learned to walk in it when you had no one to hold. You learned to fight when no one believed you could. You learned to survive when everyone expected you to fall. And you learned to rise when rising felt impossible. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you dangerous. You don't fear failure, because failure created you. You don't fear pain, because pain taught you your power. You don't fear silence, because silence became your training ground. People look at your journey and say, "Why you? Why so much struggle?" But they don't understand the truth. The universe never wastes difficulty on the weak. You were thrown into battles heavier than your age, pushed into nights longer than your courage, and tested in ways most people wouldn't survive. But you did survive. You crawled when you couldn't walk. You walked when you couldn't run. And now you're learning to fly in the same skies that once rejected you. Remember this: a person who has seen darkness isn't fragile. They're forged. Every betrayal sharpened. Every failure rebuilt you. Every loss made you lighter, faster, more focused. People think you're quiet because you're broken. They're wrong. You're quiet because you're planning. You're quiet because you're evolving. You're quiet because you finally realized you don't need validation. You need victory. And your victory won't be loud. It won't be dramatic. It won't be for applause. Your victory will be calm, powerful, cold, the kind that makes people whisper your name, because they can't believe you became what they doubted. You are not like them. They fear the dark. But you command it. They search for light, but you create your own. They wait for heroes, but you became one without even trying. What they call madness, you call focus. What they call obsession, you call discipline. What they call impossible, you call Tuesday. The day is coming. A day when everything you suffered for will align, and everything you dreamed of will unfold like destiny itself. Not because luck favored you, not because fate protected you, but because you refused to die in the darkness. That was meant to kill you. The world hasn't seen your final form. They haven't witnessed your real power. They haven't felt the storm you've been holding back inside your chest for years. But they will. When you rise, you won't rise to prove them wrong. You'll rise to prove yourself right. You'll rise with the strength of someone who survived every nightmare and still stood tall. You'll rise with the patience of someone who waited for the right moment until the silence itself bowed to you. And when that moment comes, when your story shifts, when the world turns to look at you, they won't see the person they tried to break. They'll see the weapon they accidentally created. So let them doubt you. Let them whisper. Let them laugh. You don't need their belief. You don't need their support. You don't need their kindness. You only need one thing: your next step. Because each step you take now is the step of someone who has already conquered the dark that destroyed everyone else. Move forward, not as the person they knew, but as the force they never saw coming. You are not done. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are becoming. And when you finally unleash who you truly are, the world won't call it a comeback. They'll call it a warning.